So, I would like to actually, instead of doing all this complaining about the VA and how the VA treated me, I am going to provide some tips for surviving the streets and being homeless, getting food, shelter, clothes, and money. I'm going to focus mainly on veterans, but this will apply to anyone. It's important to note that the pretext for this video series that I might try and do here is that the systems are broken, people suffer, children suffer, and nothing is going to work out the way you want it to. It just won't. But you probably won't die, hopefully. Now, let's say, for example, you lose your job, you run out of money, your girlfriend kicks you out, you have an injury, you get hit by a car, you get amnesia, a squirrel's attacked. Whatever the reason is, where you find yourself in a situation where you have to sacrifice who you are, what you believe in, or do crazy things just to keep a roof over your head, it's probably time to find some sort of shelter. So let's say you get kicked out of your house, can't pay rent, you might be addicted to drugs, maybe you broke your ankle, can't afford the rent. It's not that bad of an idea to go to a homeless shelter. That's one way, right? And we're going to discuss do's and don'ts at a homeless shelter. But that's one way you can do it. You can stay with someone you trust, but don't do that very long. If you do not have anything, and you have no money, or you might be addicted to drugs, it's tough to trust people, because when people know that you're suffering, some people will prey on your suffering. And it sucks to admit that, but it's true. This is just a survival guide. This is just a way for you to duck and dodge with the punches so you don't get killed or starve or catch a deadly virus or get sick and die or hit by a duck. Now, if you don't have any money, right, and you're standing wondering, what can I do? How am I going to get some food? Don't start with holding a sign. Go to the churches. If you don't believe in God, it's time to start. And be careful going to the churches. Even if you don't believe in God, respect those who have faith in God. But keep your distance from the radical people. They're a little nutso. It's good to have faith in God. It's good to believe in a higher power. So, there are several churches in my city that provide meals to the homeless or to those that are needy. It's important to note that if you're hungry and you don't have anything, if you have an entitlement mentality where you think people owe you something, you're going to have a hard time while searching out these facilities and these places to get help. Now, right now in my city, there's a lot of racial tension. Now, me personally, I'm not a racist person. I can tend to get along with anybody if given the chance, unless you're a liar. I don't get along well with liars. At first it'll be cordial, but when I start hearing that mouth spitting garbage, I'm done. It makes it difficult for me, and I always find myself alone because I just can't stand people who are full of BS. It blows my mind. I'm not interested in who you did what to, when you did it, and why you're going to do it. I don't care. I'm trying something different. So there are several different churches you can go to, and they serve at different times. So the best thing for you to do is to find out where the homeless shelter is, where the public services place is, like in Dayton, Ohio. It's Job and Family Services. Get to know people on the streets. People on the streets ain't bad people for the most part. You're just going to find just as many bad people on the streets as you're going to find in any other organization or group of people. We might be a little bit more rough around the edges, but we ain't no different. We're all the same, man. Get to talking to people. Ask people, where do I eat at? Where can I get clothes at? Keep the mindset out of your mind where you want to do things illegal to get what you need, because that's going to make things worse. You might prosper a little bit. You might hook up with some dope boys. You might hook up with some girls tricking. You might hook up with all different kinds of people who are getting money, right? But you're going to get pulled over one day in that car, or you're going to get stuck in that trap house and you're going to catch a charge. If you want to avoid catching charges, you got to keep it real and you got to keep it honest. You got to keep it honest. That's all. The cops out here, they don't want to deal with you. They got real crimes they're trying to deal with. They got people who actually need help. They don't need to come and arrest you because you're drunk and high and mad because your girl threw you out. Just take your ass to the shelter, man. Take your butt to the shelter. The VA has its own way of doing things. Now, you can go to the VA websites and you can get literature that tells you how all of it works, right? So you can spend all day on the internet researching how it works, how it's going to work. But if they don't like you when you get there, they're going to make it difficult, like it was for me, right? So you're homeless. You need food, you need a shower, you need soap, and you need clothes, right? Those are very important. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is not for the people who got it figured out, for the people who don't have it figured out. So if you got it figured out, just don't watch this video, ignore me, it doesn't matter. But especially if you're trying to get off dope, man. If you're trying to get off dope, it's going to be tough because you're going to be sick. Your mind's going to be erratic. You're going to have these states of psychosis where you think people are out to get you, or you're paranoid, or you might owe D-boy $50 for that whatever. Now, it's very important that you maintain respect for these people on the streets, because these are the people, when it comes down to it, it's going to be looking out for you. These people on the streets are the ones that run the shelters and do the churches, and help you at the family services and the job place and the Social Security building. These people, they're our community. We all make the community. So if you do come up against some racial tension and somebody doesn't like you because you're white, somebody doesn't like you because you're black, suck it up. Move on. Transcend them. They might be having a bad day for all you know. Transcend the whole thing. Don't hold on to little stupid stuff like race, sexism, how many damn gender roles somebody's trying to hold on to. None of that matters when you're just trying to get a plate to eat and something over your head. Sometimes you just got to take it on the chin. Now, don't take too much on the chin. You understand? Because weak people get attacked. And I've been through a lot. And anybody who knows me knows I don't put up no shit. And sometimes it's put me in some tight spots. But at the same time, I'm still standing here. I am still here. I am still ready to go. I am ready to go. You understand what I'm saying? I've been through a lot of stuff. And I'm grateful for every moment in my life. And I will never look back on my life at this point and say, man, I wish I would have done this different. Because you know what? I wouldn't be who I was right now if it wasn't for what I've been through in my life. So all the bad stuff I've been through make me who I am. So this is just an intro to my series on surviving the streets and trying to get things in your life. So let's recap, right? The pretense is the system is broke, people suffer, children suffer, and life just sucks in general when you're in the streets, right? So you need to focus on food and shelter, sobering up, and money, saving money. It's very important that you sober up. If you're going to be homeless, if you're going to be on the streets, don't get caught up in crime. Don't get caught up in buying and selling drugs. Don't get caught up in getting high. Don't get caught up in drinking that bottle every day. It's time to straighten up. When things get rough and when you get at your bottom, if you really want to get out of it, you have to focus. And you can't focus when you're high. You can't focus when you're hungry. You can't focus when you're cold. And you can't focus when you're dehydrated. So those things are very important. So I also want to point out that I am HIV positive. So that's another responsibility I have. Every day I have to take this medication or I'm going to get sick. I'm not contagious because I take my meds and I don't get high, and I have a little bit of change, so I'm not going to starve to death. You know what I mean? I've got the food card, I've got a good ID, birth certificate, social security card. All that stuff is important when you're at the bottom, right? Because if you're a type of person that people don't like, which is me, sometimes I guess I rub people the wrong way. Whatever. I'm not a racist. I'm not a pedophile. And I ain't a drug dealer. I ain't high. I'm kind of an asshole sometimes. But people give me a hard time, man. But I won't stay on the bottom forever. That's ridiculous. It don't work like that. It's waves, man. It's waves. Up and down, up and down. So I stand fast and I stand my ground. And I keep doing the right thing for the right reasons. So if you come across this video and you're trying to figure out how to get out of the trap, make sure you maintain respectful levels with people around you and don't start waving your hands in the air and saying, I'm better than you, I'm getting out of this, blah, 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 blah. People ain't going to like you anyways, even if you are respectful and you get up out of it. They might respect you, but they ain't going to like you. So, many blessings. This is just an intro. I'm trying to see how I can come up with it on video and how comfortable I am talking on video about discussing these topics and how I may help another person maintain, when it comes down to, all or nothing kind of mentality. No crime, no drugs, save your money, birth certificate, social security card, ID, sober up. Life sucks, get over it. People suck, get over it. And love and respect. There's an acronym from back in my raving days that we used to use called PLUR, which was peace, love, unity, and respect. Now, it doesn't really apply so much nowadays with it being in the club scene, but it still does apply at the core level. Fundamentals of the streets is respect. Respect, respect, respect. Period. No matter how you do it, don't screw people over, don't be a thief, and don't lie. Because the real people out there, they're not going to help you if you live that kind of life. They'll help you get locked up. They'll help put you in a nut house. They'll help trap you. Don't be a douchebag. Hang in there.